Hello friends, this is Avin. Welcome to my channel Avin Tricks. This is the fifth video on haloalkanes and haloarenes. In this video, we are going to learn two more methods of preparation of haloalkanes. The first method is Finkelstein reaction and second method is Schwarz reaction. Here we go. Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction is exclusive, means special method for preparation of alkyl iodides only. What is Finkelstein reaction? When alkyl chlorides or alkyl bromides are reacted with sodium iodide in dry acetone, halogen exchange take place and we get alkyl iodides and the precipitation of sodium chloride or sodium bromide. NaCl is precipitated, NaBr is precipitated. Precipitated means it forms solid substance. I repeat the statement: when alkyl chlorides or alkyl bromides reacts with sodium iodide in dry acetone, we get alkyl iodides. This is halogen exchange reaction. Here, iodine atom replaces chlorine as well as bromine atom. This is known as Finkelstein reaction. In board examination, we may come across simple questions like how do you convert ethyl bromide into ethyl iodide? This conversion of ethyl bromide or ethyl chloride into ethyl iodide can be carried out by Finkelstein reaction, that is by halogen exchange method. When ethyl bromide is reacted with sodium iodide in dry acetone, we get ethyl iodide plus sodium bromide precipitate. Such simple questions appear in board examination, but when we prepare for competitive level examination, we must have answer for such questions like what is the nature of dry acetone, what is the role of dry acetone in this reaction, what is the nature of sodium iodide, and Finkelstein reaction follows which reaction mechanism. We must have answer for all such questions. I will give you answer for all such questions in Finkelstein reactions step by step. Here we go. Experiments have shown that Finkelstein reaction follows SN2 reaction mechanism. What is SN2 reaction? S stands for substitution, N stands for nucleophilic, 2 stands for bimolecular reaction. What is bimolecular reaction? The reaction in which the rate of the reaction, it depends upon the concentration of the both reactants, that is alkyl chloride and concentration of sodium iodide. Such reaction are called as bimolecular reactions. The reaction in which the rate depends upon the concentration of both the reactants, such reactions are called as bimolecular reactions. So, Finkelstein reaction is substitution nucleophilic bimolecular reaction. In SN2 reaction, the nucleophile I- attacks the carbon atom from backside. That is, when alkyl chloride or alkyl bromides react with sodium iodide, the nucleophile I-, it attacks the carbon atom from backside, and this nucleophile, it tries to form a bond with carbon atom of alkyl group. At the same time, the bond between the carbon and chlorine, it begins to weaken. So the formation of bond between iodine and alkyl group, it begins to form, and the bond between the alkyl group and chlorine begins to break. Both formation of new bond and breaking of the old bond take place simultaneously. Therefore, this stage is called as transition state. Transition state. What is transition state? In transition state, the new bond begins to form and old bond begins to break. As soon as the new bond is formed completely, the old bond breaks and we get the product alkyl iodide plus Cl minus. If you see the configuration of alkyl iodide, here the nucleophile is at left side. If you compare the configuration with the reactant, here the nucleophile is at right side, and in the product the nucleophile is at left side. Therefore, this is called as inversion configuration. This is called as inversion of the configuration. In SN2 reaction, 100% inversion of the configuration take place. So, we have to remember that Finkelstein reaction take place through SN2 reaction mechanism, and the rate of reaction depends upon both the reactants, and the reaction proceeds with formation of transition state, and we get 100% inversion of the product. In this reaction, 100% inversion of the configuration take place. What is inversion of the configuration? If nucleophile, if it is at right side, in the product nucleophile appears at left side due to back attack of the nucleophile to the carbon atom. In Finkelstein reaction, if we do not use dry acetone, the reaction will not take place. We do not get the product. Therefore, it becomes very important what is the exact role of dry acetone in the Finkelstein reaction. What is the nature of dry acetone and what is the role of dry acetone? Now we will see step by step. Dry acetone is a polar aprotic solvent. Dry acetone is polar aprotic solvent. What is polar aprotic solvent? We will see later. Before that, we will understand what is solvent. We know that solutions are made up of two components. Solutions are made up of two components: solvent and solute. What is solvent? For example, if I take water and if I add small amount of sugar, water is present in large quantity, therefore it is called as solvent, and sugar, it is present in small amount, it is called as solute. Therefore, this water, it dissolves sugar. In the same way, dry acetone acts like solvent. It dissolves the sodium iodide in it. Sodium iodide dissolves in dry acetone and it forms sodium ion and iodine ion. This is the nucleophile which replaces the chlorine and bromine atoms from alkyl chlorides or from alkyl bromides. Now we know that what is solvent. Now it is time to understand what is the meaning of polar aprotic solvent. We classify the solvents into two types: polar protic solvents and polar aprotic solvents. The example of polar protic solvent is water, and one more example is ethyl alcohol. If you see the solvent water, it has polarity, that is, it has H plus and OH minus. As there are positive and negative ends in the molecules, then it is called as polar. Then why it is called as protic solvent? This water, it produces H plus ions. Therefore, H plus ion is called as proton. Therefore, the solvents which produces H plus ions, they are called as polar protic solvents. Similarly, ethyl alcohol is also polar and it also generates or produces H plus ions. Therefore, it is also polar protic solvent. So, we can define solvents which produces H plus ions. They are called as polar protic solvents. In the same manner, the solvents which do not produce H plus ions, they are called as polar aprotic solvents. For example, acetone. This is the formula of acetone. This acetone is polar in nature. When the resonance takes place, this oxygen becomes partially negative and carbon becomes partially positive. Hence, we find the positive and negative ends. Therefore, this is polar. Then why we call it as aprotic solvent? Why this polar solvent acetone do not generate or do not produce H plus ions? The reason is, if you see here, in case of polar protic solvent, in case of water molecule, hydrogen atom is directly attached to more electronegative oxygen. Oxygen withdraws the electron towards itself. As a result, the hydrogen atom, it leaves in the form of H plus, that is proton. When the hydrogen atoms are attached directly to more electronegative atoms like oxygen, it is easy for the formation of protons. If you see here, in case of acetone, acetone is polar molecule, but here the hydrogen atom is attached to less electronegative carbon atoms. If you see here, hydrogen atoms are attached to the carbon, not to the oxygen. Carbon atom is less electronegative. It cannot withdraw the electron from the hydrogen. As a result, protons are not generated by this solvent. As a result, acetone is called as polar aprotic solvent and it cannot generate protons or it cannot produce H plus ions in the solution. We know that polar protic solvents, they dissolve ionic compounds, means ionic compounds such as NaCl, KCl, they are soluble in polar protic solvents. In polar aprotic solvents, more covalent compounds can dissolve. If you see in this reaction, sodium iodide is soluble in acetone, but it appears that sodium iodide is ionic compound, even though it dissolves in polar aprotic solvent. Does this mean that sodium iodide is more covalent in nature as it is soluble in dry acetone? The answer for this question is given by Fajans rule. Fajans rule states that all compounds have two types of characters, ionic character as well as covalent character. If ionic character dominates, the compound behaves like ionic compound, and if covalent character dominates, then that compound behaves like a covalent compound. For example, if we have sodium fluoride, sodium chloride, sodium bromide and sodium iodide. According to Fajans rule, smaller the size of the cation and larger is the size of the anion, it increases the covalent character in the molecule. Now let us compare the size of the halogen atom. Fluorine is smaller than chlorine and chlorine is smaller than bromine and bromine is smaller than iodine. This indicates that the sodium iodide has smaller the cation and larger the anion, therefore it has maximum covalent character in it. So it behaves like a covalent compound. And if you see sodium fluoride, sodium chloride, sodium bromide, the size of the anion is small, therefore all these three behaves like ionic compounds. In dry acetone, sodium iodide being more covalent easily dissolves and the sodium chloride and sodium bromide are more ionic in nature. They are insoluble in dry acetone, therefore they precipitate in the form of solid. If we compare the covalent character in this series, sodium iodide is more covalent than sodium bromide than sodium chloride. This is the order of covalent character in sodium fluoride to sodium iodide. This shows that sodium iodide is more covalent in nature, therefore it is soluble in dry acetone, and remaining sodium bromide and sodium chloride, they are more ionic in nature, they have more ionic characters, they are unable to dissolve in dry acetone, therefore they precipitate out. From all these discussion, we can now answer for the question, what is the role of dry acetone in Finkelstein reaction? The main role of dry acetone in Finkelstein reaction is it dissolves sodium iodide, and sodium iodide it dissolves in dry acetone and it generates the nucleophile. It generates the nucleophile. This is the nucleophile. So this generated nucleophile, it replaces or it displaces the chlorine from the alkyl chloride, resulting in the alkyl iodides. And one more very important role of dry acetone is it precipitates sodium chloride and sodium bromides. Therefore, this solid sodium chloride and solid sodium bromide can be replaced or can be taken out from the reaction. As the concentration of product side decreases, equilibrium shifts from left to right, resulting into more and more products according to Lee-Chatter's principle. In this way, dry acetone plays very important role in Finkelstein reaction. Now, let us take one question. If we use alkyl iodide and if we use sodium bromide in dry acetone, if I ask you whether the reaction is feasible, whether the reaction take place, the answer is no. The reaction cannot take place here because sodium bromide being more ionic in nature, it is unable to dissolve in acetone. When sodium bromide is unable to dissolve in acetone, it cannot produce the nucleophiles. When there are no nucleophiles in the reaction, no nucleophilic substitution take place. Therefore, reaction will not take place if we use sodium bromide and dry acetone. Let us take another example. If I take sodium iodide and sodium chloride and dry acetone, now whether the reaction take place? Again, the answer is no. Reaction will not take place because sodium chloride being more ionic in nature, it is unable to dissolve in acetone. So, no reaction take place. Now I summarize Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction is basically halogen exchange reaction. In Finkelstein reaction, we can prepare alkyl iodides. In Finkelstein reaction, we can replace chlorine and bromine by iodine in dry acetone. Finkelstein reaction take place according to SN2 reaction mechanism. SN2 reaction mechanism means the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of both the reactants, that is alkyl chloride as well as sodium iodide. Hence it is called as bimolecular reaction. And in SN2 reactions, reaction proceeds by the formation of transition state. Transition state means the formation of new bond and the breaking of the old bond take place simultaneously. The role of dry acetone. Dry acetone is polar aprotic solvent. That means it is polar in nature, but it cannot produce protons in the solution. So the main important nature of polar aprotic solvent is it can dissolve the compounds having more covalent nature. According to Fajans rule, sodium iodide has more covalent character. According to Fajans rule, the molecule having small cation and larger the anion has more covalent character. So, sodium iodide has small sodium cation and larger the iodine anion, so it has maximum covalent character and it is soluble in acetone. When the sodium iodide is soluble in acetone, it produces the nucleophile I-. This nucleophile can replace the chlorine and bromine from alkyl halides. This is all about the Finkelstein reaction. Now we see the Swartz reaction. I am thankful for you for your respect. The first request I would like to do is please tell your all friends to subscribe my channel. Swartz reaction. Now we discuss about Swartz reaction in detail with mechanism. Swartz reaction is one and only one the best method for the preparation of alkyl fluorides. When alkyl chlorides and alkyl bromides are heated with heavy metal fluorides like silver fluoride, mercury fluoride, or with cobalt fluoride or with antimony fluorides, we get corresponding alkyl fluorides. For example, alkyl chloride, when it is heated with silver fluoride, we get alkyl fluoride and precipitation of silver chloride. This silver chloride is white in color, white precipitate. If we react alkyl bromide, say with Hg2F2, each fluorine atom can replace one bromine. As there are two fluorine atoms, we have to take two molecules of alkyl bromides. We get alkyl fluoride and the precipitation of Hg2Br2. In the board examination, they may ask what is the action of Hg2F2 on ethyl bromide. This is the Swartz reaction. Because halogen exchange take place in this reaction, fluorine replaces bromine here. As each fluorine replaces one bromine, as there are two fluorine atoms, we have to take two molecules of ethyl bromide. So we get two molecules of ethyl fluorides. Now we must know few important facts related to Swartz reaction. Swartz reaction take place in polar protic solvent. polar protic solvents. This reaction, that is Swartz reaction, take place in polar protic solvents like water or ethyl alcohol, which can produce the protons, that is H plus ions in the solution. So Swartz reaction take place in polar protic solvent, and experiments have shown that Swartz reaction take place according to SN2 reaction mechanism. That means the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of both the reactants, that is alkyl chloride as well as metal fluorides. The rate of the reaction depends upon both the reactants. Therefore, it is called as biomolecular reaction. As the reaction proceeds through SN2 reaction mechanism, there will be transition state in the Swartz reaction. Transition state exists. What is this transition state? That is the nucleophile. It attacks the carbon from backside, and the formation of bond between fluorine and carbon and breaking of bond between chlorine and carbon take place simultaneously. This is called as transition state. When the bond formation between fluorine and carbon take place completely, at the same time the bond between carbon and chlorine breaks. So we get here alkyl fluorides. If you see the configuration is 100% inverted configuration, because in SN2 reaction 100% inversion of the configuration take place. If you observe here, nucleophile in the product, it is at left side, and nucleophile in the reactant, it is at right side. This is called inversion of the configuration. Now let us find the answer for why we use heavy metal fluorides in Swartz reaction. Why we cannot use the metal fluorides of small metals like sodium fluoride. What is the reason why we use always the metal fluorides of heavy metals? Why not we can use metal fluorides of light metals like sodium? The reason is, when we use heavy metal fluorides such as silver fluoride, mercury fluoride or cobalt fluorides, they form insoluble metal chlorides or metal bromides. As they form insoluble metal chlorides or metal fluorides, they can be taken out by filtration method from the reaction system when the concentration of the product side decreases. The equilibrium shifts towards the right side, which favors the forward reaction, resulting into more and more products. This is the reason why we use heavy metal fluorides. The reason is, heavy metal fluorides, they form insoluble precipitation of metal chlorides or metal bromides that can be easily taken from the reaction system. If we use the metal fluorides of light metals like sodium fluoride, let us see what happens. And if we use the polar protic solvent like water, we get sodium chloride and we have alkyl fluorides. If you see the sodium chloride, it is ionic compound and it is soluble in water and it dissolves in the water readily and it favors the backward reaction. Therefore, the yield, that is the quantity of product formed, is very less. If we use the fluorides of light metals, we get less products because they form soluble chlorides, metal chlorides or metal bromides. If we use heavy metal fluorides, they can form insoluble precipitation of metal chlorides and metal bromides, which favors the forward reaction, so we get more and more product. Now let us summarize about Swartz reaction. Swartz reaction is one and only one best method for the preparation of alkyl fluorides, and Swartz reaction take place according to SN2 reaction mechanism, and rate of the reaction depends upon both the reactants, that is alkyl chloride as well as the metal fluorides. And as the reaction take place according to SN2 reaction mechanism, there exists a transition state, and in SN2 reactions 100% inversion of the configuration take place in the product, and this Swartz reaction take place in polar protic solvents like water or alcohol. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please like, share and subscribe. I am thankful to YouTube